So listen, everybody, give me their thoughts on Kanye. Kanye loving the little girl that I had to Google.
I didn't even Google her, so you did one better than me. What he did?
I've been up on her, not up on her, but I've known about her for a while.
Candace Owens?
No, yeah. It's just because it's like I was telling you yesterday. I like to diversify my who I follow, just so I get a good foundation for, like, so I'm not complicit in my bias, right? So I have to have.
Yo, this nigga uses so many college words.
I went to college, nigga.
God damn it, man. Diversify, complete. All right, I'm following you.
Basically, it's
you gotta be mad sober to.
Listen.
I'm like, damn, I can't even drink it.
Okay, hold on, you're right. All right. So
I got my dictionary out.
If you follow only niggas that you agree with, that means you're never gonna grow. That motherfucker, I don't care who, like, if you have somebody that you disagree with, I guarantee he'll say one thing in his lifetime that you agree with, or that you were wrong about, right? So what I try to do is we know what diversify means.
Yes.
I try to diversify.
Slow.
So I'm not drowning in my own bias, right?
Mm-hmm.
So because people do that. So anyway, Candace, that girl, I've seen her for a long time. So to bring back around, Kanye is one of those cats that I think is a victim of his own success. And that girl there's a narrative being pushed in this country right now, period, and it's really on the right wing, where black people are not victims. And that's a dangerous, it's a dangerous narrative.
Word, this nigga said right.
That sounds like dancing.
It's true.
Yeah.
He's a mutt. Can we just straight up say it? Like, stop dancing around in circumstances.
No,
He's a mutt for tweeting that shit.
Because he's not.
How you rap, my mother was arrested for the sit-ins. With that in my blood, I was born to be different. And then tweet that bullshit.
Can you put
like,
if you've been paying attention to Kanye throughout his career, this is
Ladies and
gentlemen, Kanye West.
Well, that's why.
What the fuck did he
That says a lot about
I don't know what the fuck.
Right.
That's how much I care.
Shorty, that's like the Trump supporter. She's black, but she's like a Trump supporter.
Are you kidding? Are you serious? Are you serious?
He likes her way of thinking.
But he
okay, I get you.
I hear you.
He's caught in a spider web.
I'm not saying, like,
I wanted to use this moment to reflect on, like, the culture. I wanted to use Kanye to try to really get people to say that they don't give a fuck about some of the things they pretend to give a fuck about.
Oh,
that's a fact.
That's Twitter in a nutshell.
Well, why won't people admit it?
That's social media in a
like, what do you
nutshell.
mean, though? What do you mean?
Everybody is pissed at Kanye right now for tweeting that, right? Most, right? There's an uproar, there's an outrage, there's a group thing. When them new Yeezys come out, when that new album come out, when them tickets for tour go on sale, you know what I'm saying? Like, we care for the moment, we care for the day, we're outraged for the day.
Yo, you know what it is?
I would agree with that.
It's strategic marketing. Let's call a spade a spade. And this is what got me in trouble on my M rant. It's strategic marketing. Some of your favorite rappers want to get that right wing too. Them Roseanne numbers ain't a fluke.
That's real shit, though.
But hip hop don't want to address it because we like Kanye, right?
I don't.
Because everybody here is buying a Kanye album, right?
Nope.
Streaming it.
Everybody here is streaming Kanye. Everybody here is streaming the Kanye album, right?
Nope.
I am.
I'm gonna listen to it.
You are a liar.
I'm gonna listen to it. I can't be
What you got against? What do you got against?
I can't not hear it. But I'm not interested.
I'm gonna actively, when it comes out the first day, I'm going to go to this.
No, I'm gonna listen to it.
You know how many times you're gonna be laying down, a link's gonna come, you're gonna hear it. I have to hear it. I'm in the industry.
You don't have to hear it.
I'm not
Yo, you
interested.
sound like the hoes that fuck only industry niggas. Just say, those are the only niggas I meet. Who else I'm gonna fuck?
He got it for the stripper analogy. I was gonna say that for the stripper analogy.
No, but that's what he said. He said that's who I meet. You don't have to hear it.
Listen, this whole J. Cole shit that went on since 12 o'clock, I didn't want to hear it. Regardless whether you want to hear the song, I didn't want to hear it. It's some things that you have to
Wait, before
hear.
you say
Why you was just in a barbershop? Two people were about to kill each other over J. Cole.
But why are you proactively not wanting to hear niggas that
And why you go to violent
sometimes have a good message?
I don't know about barbershop.
Yo, why are you proactively like trying not to hear somebody who sometimes has a good message?
I like Cole. Kanye West.
What you say? You said J. Cole and Kanye West?
Hey, what's the name of Cole's Hive? The Dreamville Killers?
He dropped the last.
He's the Dream
And I'm just saying that.
Oh, shit.
I like Cole.
That leads us right there for that shit.
Talk that shit, D.
But why though?
I'm glad I'm this far away.
No, come closer.
I want to hear it.
Terrified to be honest. J. Cole is brought up.
No, speak up, Surf.
Nah, I'm just not.
Zoom in and I look right
Cole, fine. I'm all for Cole's message. But what I'm saying is, Cole is like somebody that doesn't care about Cole. Like, it was 5 or 6 people that was in the barbershop that was just like, it's forced on you.
Yo, Newark niggas get all the news from the barbershop.
You can't hide. That's what I'm saying. You can't hide from Kanye. If I don't want to hear it, banter, talk, negative, positive, you have to hear it. The same shit with Cole. Niggas don't want to hear Cole shit.
Man, niggas ain't talking about Kanye in no barbershop on this coast.
Yeah, but no, Cole had came up with what I'm saying. Kanye West.
He's saying that shit like it's church. Yo, in the barbershop, I'm telling y'all,
Like
2 niggas was about to brawl.
No, niggas do get their information from barbershops. That's really true.
If it went through the barbershop,
Oh my God.
it might be a fact.
Definitely a fact.
Might be a fact.
So everybody here is gonna
But it
listen.
sounded good.
Is gonna listen to the Kanye shit, and nobody really cares about any of his political views or any of that.
Yeah, I care about his.
I don't have to agree with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I care
about all my people's political views because this shit is
As long as they're
important.
black.
No. Well, majority, absolutely. I care about the black consciousness in this country, and you niggas shit too.
You didn't tell me.
You feel like Kanye West is on our
You
team?
didn't tell me what I should.
It's not okay. Like, explain what the teams are.
You don't know that he on our team.
You
don't even know who you're talking to. Look at D.
Say something. Say words. Because this is the problem. That's the problem. Is people do this.
But I'm saying, what is your point? I need to get to the point of what you're saying about
Why are we dismissing people without hearing everything involved?
This is all we're going to hear from Kanye West. So what else do you want to hear?
I disagree.
You disagree about
tell us
what?
what
I disagree. That's all we're gonna hear from him. I have no idea. But why am I gonna sit here and chastise a nigga for putting a thought out? Nigga, that shit is crazy. That's the reason why we're in the climate today. That shit right there.
Right.
Y'all niggas wanna bang on niggas for no reason.
I'm not banging on niggas.
So
What
give me
you
a valid reason to bang. We're banging on you now.
It's called dialogue. So if a nigga has an opinion about something, let's say, why do you have this opinion instead of saying, man, that nigga ain't on my team? Nigga, what the fuck? What is that? That's exactly what
we've tried to listen to Kanye for a long. I think we've tried to back Kanye for a long time.
But it's the same shit we did to Killer Mike.
What
3 weeks ago? Like Killer Mike, because we didn't the NRA shit. Like I didn't agree with what he said and how the whole NRA thing was positioned. But I'm not canceling Killer Mike. Killer Mike is one of the dopest fucking MCs. I know what Pledge Allegiance to meant to me when he was said it. You know, Killer Mike talks about banking black, you know what I'm saying? Like owning your own property, like self-sustenance. Like there's a lot of dope messages. The one thing I don't agree with, I can say, yo, I don't agree with that without canceling Killer Mike.
You don't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Same thing with Kanye. Kanye says a lot of shit I don't agree with.
But you just pick something out of what Mike was saying that was wrong. Kanye.
And let me respond to what
a lot of his shit.
Hey, but wait.
Also, Kanye's done it way more. Like that Killer Mike is isolated.
He might take one. Mike might say.
Hold on. Like what though? Like y'all niggas keep saying Kanye has all this shit.
Respond to what you saying. What would
say something?
I'm trying to.
I was talking to you. She was giving me this.
I'm gonna forget my memory back. Hold up.
I'm trying to understand.
But what we're disagreeable about determines how we feel about people. So I don't understand why y'all keep saying that. So for Kanye to say, I like the way this woman thinks, who thinks that there's been no oppression for black people and that black people need to shut the fuck up and just chill out and stop begging and stop asking for handouts. It's that one disagreement that has me a bit alarmed and a bit hesitant, like, whoa, let's check him. Mind you, in my head, I've been stumbling all month when I read a tweet that said it was one of those extra woke black sisters, right? And she said, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to tap you.
Oh, I was like, why?
And this sister said that, you know, she started naming the wealthy brothers who, when they perish, all their money goes to the white people. So I never wanted to bring it up on the podcast just because I don't want to bring it up on the podcast. But it's like when I read it, it kind of fucked me up a little bit. So then to follow that up with this type of tweet, why niggas like you don't understand why niggas like me feel like we feel about niggas like that? Why you think we should be all hokey-dory and holding hands and championing a nigga that feels like that? A nigga who totally is a total 180 of himself from 10 years ago.
Okay.
A nigga who championed our people only as seemingly, because I don't know, because I don't know, as an escalator for no one but himself.
Okay,
he don't even talk to niggas until it's time to sell something.
Run it back.
He's an elitist. Let's call it what it is.
Okay.
He's an elitist. He's a capitalist.
Okay.
And his views are a little off. Okay. But because he make dope beats and rap good, we fuck with him.
Well, hold on.
I want you niggas
not
to
a capitalist?
say that.
Are you not a capitalist?
I'm not a capitalist.
What are you?
I'm a Virgo.
What the fuck are you talking about, nigga?
I'm not a capitalist.
See, I try to have a conversation and you start throwing weird shit.
Right, because I know how you are. So, I know how, well, what him and I did all day yesterday, because he loves information like I do. So, and we both have the dictionary.com app on the front of our phones. We just interpret definitions differently, him and I. So, you're asking me about capitalists, right?
Right.
How you spell that?
Cut the games, nigga.
CAPIT. There it is. This says a person who has capital. Especially.
That ain't it. Keep going down. That ain't it, nigga.
I'm out.
It's the current market in America today, right? It's the supply and demand. It's the you get what you work for.
Everybody's not capital. Like J. Cole drops when he wants. He doesn't go off the texture of the world. It's
and why? Wait, ready. What about he just made you call me a capitalist,
nigga? I said, are you? I was asking if you are. And you said no.
But now let me tell you, like I tell Sin. Then I answered you. I said no, and that answer wasn't acceptable for you.
What the fuck did
I said no, I'm not.
You always talk about false parallels, nigga. Explain the correlation between Virgo and capitalist, man.
Oh, there is none. I was kidding, Arian. Oh, come on, Arian.
No, see, that's what you do. Nah, nigga. What does that mean? That's what I'm trying to tell you.
His right wing's up, ready to.
No, nigga.
Chill.
Because when niggas say,
New Year's with the West.
Nah, nigga, because when niggas say, oh, who sides who, and you can't even intellectually defend is what.
Sense though. It's like this. It's like
nigga.
I did just
if a guy's a rapist and whatever his feelings are, and I'm like, yo, you know what? Yo, he got mad sense. He making hell of a, and I'm standing up for him at a table full of, and then we have a right to sit back because everybody like, wait, why does he agree with this? You know what I mean? Like Kanye West has a.
I think this is just how I process information as a human being.
Is that wrong for us looking at him how we think about because of?
But you acting like I'm banging for his thought. That's not. That's
The way you're arguing.
I feel like you caught a little attitude with me.
Yeah, it sounds.
No.
Are you defending what he?
No.
That's what it sounds like.
No. What I'm doing is I'm saying, point out the flaw in his thought before you just off it. Point out the flaw in that shit.
I think they're saying if he agrees with her thought process.
He's standing up and clapping for like, you know what I'm saying? Like
no,
he's
tweeted.
So I feel this is a deeper layer conversation than just that tweet leads on. Like this is what I'm saying. Like it is much deeper than because that narrative where she says black people feel like victims in this country. There to a degree there is a certain truth to that, but there are systemic issues that have been long standing in this country for years. So this is why when you have these kind of conversations in public and you say black people need to stop acting like victims, that's a conversation you need to have in home. You can't have that conversation in public because you'll have white people saying, yeah, nothing's wrong. You feel me? But when you talking out in the public, you can't take that side.
Okay, so he agreed with that, right? And there's nothing wrong. Like I said,
I was just trying to talk about Cole album, my nigga.
You brought up Kanye, nigga.
I ain't think y'all was gonna like.
So with that, say that and be the same nigga on Twitter complaining about not getting backing from all these designers.
My problem is not with him. My problem is with y'all.
But it goes back to what is when it benefits him. You know,
Y'all support it.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm biased against Kanye. Sway is my man. That's my OG. Right. That still rubbed me the wrong way. The way that went down. You know what I'm saying?
I thought Sway was gonna beat his ass.
But y'all don't think Kanye has been asking for acceptance from white people his whole career?
Hello.
No.
Yeah.
Like in everything that he does. Kanye's
He's been
whole career.
asking for acceptance from
He's
white
been trying to
people
be
for a
accepted
very
by white
long
people, whether it's
time.
fashion, music,
Jesus
tech.
Christ.
He just wants to be accepted by the white.
That part has been established long ago. My problem is with the black people that continue to allow.
So
But then you have this woman
Here's the real question: is Kanye canceled? When
It's impossible.
those new
It's
Yeezys
impossible.
come out,
Can't cancel.
are we not gonna do it? When the new album comes out, are we not gonna do it? When the tour comes out, are we
this
not
is
gonna
what
do it?
nobody ever says, and I'm always confused. The soul to the Yeezy comes out like as soon as you take your foot out of it. Like it's not the most comfortable sneaker. If you tie the shoe where it says the laces should tie, it really hurts your the top of your foot. Like it's not. I don't see why.
Tell by being on this.
I don't see why it's such a big crave about it
Look,
now. I mean, exclusive. I get it.
You can look at me on social. I'm a big sneakerhead.
They're gonna get bored.
I don't have a pair of Yeezys at all. I just never, and it wasn't for no political reason or for some reason. It was I just never wanted to go get a pair of Yeezys.
I mean, with his name, do it have to be? Yes, it have to be. He's been trying to be accepted.
But a shoe is a shoe. Kanye puts his actual thoughts in his music. So
Right.
now do we see with this thinking,
He's never
is
put
that going to be on the album?
He's never put that thought into music. I haven't heard it on a song.
That black people have been.
Yeah.
That black people have been
I haven't heard a verse worthy listening to for the past 3 years, 2 years from Kanye.
Yeah,
so I'm cool. I'm good.
That's what I don't understand though. Why is niggas so emotional about this shit?
Because niggas was fans of Kanye's for a very long time, including myself. So when you talk about music, I'm a passionate fan of music. Not about what goes on behind, who writes for who, whatever it was. I was just a fan for Kanye, period. So to see him from Late Registration, right? College Dropout was dope. Late Registration is when I started to really double down on Kanye. Then later on, you talking about you need an acceptance from white people.
When did he say that?
He's always talked about it. Always talks about it, especially with designers.
I'm listening.
You wanting to be in these places, these spaces with designers that don't accept you in the first fucking place.
That's why I feel like his position is being misrepresented by a lot of people.
It's not being misrepresented.
He never said let me hang out with you guys. What he was talking about, which was right, but it was just his delivery. Like,
Have you seen
everything doesn't have to be said, though.
But here's the thing,
That's
like
bullshit.
you don't.
Because what he was saying was that there is a glass ceiling for black people in corporate America. That's what his message was.
Right, and the fact that then make your fucking own.
Yes, he
Sway
did.
said
He
before.
literally said that. But
Make
y'all
your
took it as,
own.
he wants to be accepted by white people.
Get to the point then, because I was listening too as a fan, like you saying, and he took way too long to say that.
There was no point.
He said that. He literally said that.
That was why the Sway thing, boy, because Sway's point was
Make your fucking
Make your
own.
own.
Do your own
I want
then.
to snuff Kanye for that.
I wouldn't.
Stop thinking that you need their dollar
I
then.
seen it, and I could see disagreeing with Sway. I could see being like, nah, I want to break this glass ceiling.
It's the equivalent
with these high.
It's the equivalent to this.
But
It's
I
the
don't
equivalent to
understand
this.
turning up like the way he turned up.
It's just,
Had a notion of
it's
doing
just
it on
passion.
your own.
That's why that nigga's like a real unbalanced emotional human being. So just I didn't take it as and them niggas made amends afterwards. I feel your emotion.
But I'm just biased. That's my
his
position.
point.
When I seen it, I still.
I feel you. But it's equivalent to this. It's like saying the NFL, the NBA, or whatever sports league is 80 to 70% black, right? But there's no black owners. Like that's what the equivalent of what he's saying is. It's like, yeah, we can design for these people, we can do this, but we don't own none of this shit, and we can't own none of this shit because it's a glass ceiling. And that's what his whole point was. And people interpret that as, he wants to be accepted by white people. No,
Right,
he's
but
begging for you on a higher level.
But he has the funds and the ways to do it on his own.
No, he
Yes,
does.
he does.
That's what his whole point was.
Nah, he really has fun.
Yes,
He
he
does.
does.
That's why he was saying Mark Zuckerberg. That's why he said Mark Zuckerberg. Give me $50 million. That's why niggas was calling him crazy for that shit. He's doing that.
You're not tired of him talking about Disney and them niggas?
No, I don't check for him like that. So when it comes across my timeline,
I'm tired.
I listen to what he says and then I scroll. Like it's not that
You really
serious to me.
think what's gonna be in the music? Because he's not gonna say Candace Owens. Candace Owens.
You can't deny that nigga ain't talented.
You don't feel like he feels like he
Exactly.
needs to be accepted to be who he is.
I don't get that from his narrative, no.
You don't really.
Wait, are you talking about from white people? Because everybody wants to be accepted on a certain level.
When you look at Kanye West and everything that's going on, all the spectacle behind him, you don't
Wait,
feel
time
like
out, sir.
he wants to be
Why
accepted.
do you think everybody wants to be accepted on a certain level?
It's the truth.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Accepted by who? Accepted by white people or just accepted, period?
This is what I'm saying. You keep saying white people, but have
No,
not
he
said one
said,
thing.
no. He said white people. What I'm asking you is to be clear.
Right.
Acceptance upon who?
It depends on your preference. That's subjective.
All right,
So I
that's
wouldn't be
what I'm
accepted
saying.
by my
He
fellow
said white
lovely
people. What he said is
We
white
agree
people.
with you that
You said accepted.
people, maybe.
All right.
Everybody wants to be accepted. Everybody wants to be accepted by people. We feel as though Kanye wants to be accepted by white people.
I understand, and I feel like
And
that
you
is.
disagree.
I feel like that's a false narrative.
You don't think like he wants to be accepted at all. So the blonde hair,
I think-
that's just regular late registration Kanye.
So every nigga that dyes his hair blonde wants
We're not talking about. We're talking
What are we talking
Kanye
about?
West.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, what are we talking about?
Nothing he does is directed at the white. Oh,
Like what, nigga? Dyeing his hair blonde? This is what I'm saying. When I ask for facts, it's empty, nigga. It's empty. It's a whole bunch of emotions. Give me something. I'm asking. What does white? What does he do? What does he say that says I need acceptance from white people?
Or crab legs.
I mean, that's like a shit.
Oh y'all niggas hungry now.
No, that's what. First of all, let me make this very
That's an
clear.
amazing spread, by the way, Joe.
Let me make this very clear. My choices on me not being a Kanye stan anymore is based on the lyrics. That's it. Based on how TLOP came out. That's it.
And what did he say in there?
I like that album.
You love that album.
I like that album.
Oh, you like that
I
album.
didn't like Yeezus.
I love Yeezus.
What else do we like? Wait, are we still talking about
I like Yeezus a lot. No, I'm just making it very clear. The choices of me and Kanye parting, as far as me mentally, is based on TLOP and what I've heard from TLOP. I'm good.
If you hear a new
Nothing.
single,
That's exactly what I mean.
if you hear a new
Nothing.
single from this album that you like,
What,
this new upcoming
but
album.
we're really serious?
No, I'm asking, if you hear something that musically catches your ear, would you deny it and just
No,
still not fuck
of
with the
course.
album?
I'm queen of being transparent. I say it all the time. I have no problem saying, oh, this song is good. But what I know and what I'm expecting is trash.
Right.
So I'm good. I don't need to hear it.
Are you gonna listen?
This is what I'm saying. This shit is crazy.
What if shit is crazy?
This
Me
shit is
me
wild.
listening to it or me not listening to it?
No, what you're doing is exactly what I try to avoid. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I just feel like I don't think it's a rational way to go about life.
So you're saying?
No.
But it's not based
So
on
you are
political
saying it's
view.
wrong.
It's not based on any of that. It's based on.
You don't even know what I'm talking about yet. I haven't said anything.
No, but that's what you're saying. This is not based on political view. This is based on music that was previously put out that I am not a fan
And
of.
so if you go into anything with expectations, that's going to curve your judgment.
So I shouldn't have an expectation from a man that's been putting out. Okay. That's been putting out fire.
So you can't go to
consecutively.
I think that is.
And then
I think that's the.
So what's the point of being a fan?
I think that's the detriment of relationships.
Bring to the club, he's gonna get the girl. Man.
No. Okay. It's like this. Like think about it like this.
But does that make sense? So now I'm not allowed to be a fan of
No,
somebody.
they're terrible. I'll tell you why. That's the craziest shit I've ever seen.
Out of wine glass.
This nigga drinks milk and smokes cigarettes.
I'm not the only nigga that do that.
So like, say I'm in a relationship with my shorty, right? And I go on with the expectations that she doesn't do this, she doesn't do this, she doesn't do this, right? Rather than setting a boundary, rather than going in with expectations. Those are two totally different things.
Yo, Aaron, nobody gives a fuck. What are we talking about? I want to talk about Cole.
Nigga, you brought up Kanye. Will you stop with this shit, nigga?
Yeah, but y'all keep doing these fucking backpacker deep dives into this shit. I don't care as much as y'all.
Change the subject.
All right. So listen. So here's a subject for you.
Content.